Here's our special guest hosts, Leah Remini and Michelle Visage.
Teary-eyed. Okay, so, yes, hello. Hello to everybody. Hi, Norman.
Norman! I missed you so much.
We miss you guys. Thanks for having us back, everybody. Hello to the crew. Suzanne.
Welcome back, ladies. Wow. Welcome back. Missed you so much.
Did you?
Oh.
Wow!
What a homecoming.
Anyway, we are happy to be back in New York.
Yes.
We're happy to be back on the show. Thank you so much for having us.
Yes.
Michelle did not travel with me this time.
And you all know how Leah travels, right? And those at home know how Leah travels. So I had to come spend some family time in Jersey and take care of some business, so I came early, which means she had to go it alone.
Yes.
So how did you do?
I didn't do bad, I have to say. So I met the pilots, right, immediately. And I said, and as I do every flight, I usually ask for wings for like a good luck charm,
She
right?
does.
Okay. So I don't have any shame. Like I go right into the cockpit. I go, hi, nervous flyer, nervous flyer. How we looking? How's it look? How do you guys feel? God bless you.
No, this is all true.
Yes,
she does all of
yes.
this.
I just want to say, like, I'm very happy to see you. May God bless you, us, and this flight.
Yeah.
And how is it looking?
Yeah. And by how's it looking, she means turbulence.
Turbulence. So they said, okay, there's going to be a little turbulence over the Rockies. I go, so when, like, for pilot talk, like, what is it for you? I go, because this to me is like, I'm already upset.
Right.
I'm already like writing my daughter. I'm apologizing to everybody. I love you. I'm so sorry for everything.
Right.
We had a great time. Like, you know, it's a wrap, right? So he goes, on your scale, for our scale, it's a 1.
Okay.
For your scale, it's 11, probably.
Exactly.
But it's gonna be okay. I don't want any, I just want communication. I want to know in advance.
Yeah, I agree with you. If they tell me, listen, over here, you're gonna hit some turbulence, then at least you know it's coming. Because if they don't tell you, and it hits you, you don't know when it just comes at you. And all of a sudden you're thinking about Denzel and flight and all that. Right?
Yeah. Norman, you don't like it, right?
Oh, no.
You don't want to know.
I don't want to know. When the pilot says, oh, that's going to be a little turbulent. No.
You don't want to know.
I'm terrified.
You don't want to know.
No, I got like one little tear that just comes out. I'm like,
Norman. You guys, but honestly, like, could you imagine turbulence and nobody saying anything? What I'm imagining in the cockpit is they're like, Mayday, 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 you know, pushing buttons and carrying on. I want to know they're calm. They're like, it's good. This is nothing. Just sit down. In 5 minutes, we're gonna pass. So you don't want to know nothing.
Nope. Don't even say a word. Just let me go through it. But don't freak me out.
Right. And by the way, it did help that I had 2 mimosas before we even took off. And the flight attendants...
You should have said that from the beginning.
No. The flight attendants, they're like, we don't want to deal with none of her bull.
Right.
So they're like, absolutely. I was like, if you just give me 2 drinks right now, I'll just down them. So I just downed them.
Exactly.
And then I turned into like an 80-year-old Jewish guy.
What does that look like?
I literally was like, if God wants me, he'll take me. Who am I to say?
I love that.
Right?
Yeah. I love that.
If he wants me, who am I? Take me.
Who am I to fight? You know, also this time you had something that you were really excited about, so that helped with the travel.
Oh my
she
God.
used this disposable car seat, not car seat.
Not a car seat.
So, what's it called? A plane seat.
A disposable seat cover.
Right.
What's the problem?
It's amazing.
Is that amazing?
It's brilliant.
Don't clap.
It is a seat condom, and this way she was fully protected. But that's brilliant.
Do you love the company's name? It says put a damn cover on it.
That's so made for you.
Like a condom, put a damn cover on it.
Thank you.
Yes. Stop with women's rights, put a cover on it.
So Leah's been up to something which is a really big deal. For kids, it's a big deal, but they're kids, they're used to it because they go into college right out of high school. As we know, Leah's been doing her college. She's getting a college degree, and she's really good. And the journey has not been easy for her. She didn't finish high school. She had to take her GED. She got into college. She's going to NYU, but she took her first finals ever.
Thank you, baby.
And it's different as an adult, obviously. So what was that like for you?
It's really hard, Michelle. And she knows because she calls me all the time on FaceTime, and she's like, what are you doing? And I show her. I'm like, hello.
All she's doing.
I'm reading, testing, and it's, you know, a lot of anxiety about it, but I really love it. I really love learning. I really love that I'm taking back that part of my life.
Yeah.
And she had to come save me because she's like, enough with the studying. I'm
no,
coming
I'm not
over
kidding.
on Sunday.
Nothing.
We're taking a day off, and thank you for being always a beautiful and supportive friend.
Always.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
Yeah?
And you know, it's like, I had another friend text me and say, you know, C's get degrees. And I'm like, I don't like to go after anything like going, let me shoot for like mediocre.
Right.
You know, it's like, I want to do well, but not just for, you know, my daughter. I want to be an example, right?
I agree with you.
College, but I also want to like show myself. I want to push myself. And no, I'm not, you know, going off to Coachella. I'm not going out to dinners and stuff like that. But, you know, I don't look at it as a sacrifice. You know, it's like when you're like doing things in your life and you want to get ahead, it's like these things shouldn't be seen as sacrifices. It's like you're doing what you want to do because you want to achieve something.
Correct.
And if you want to achieve something, you got to put in the work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not easy.
Yeah. So Mother's Day was yesterday.
Yes, happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. I hope you all had a beautiful Mother's Day.
Yes. All the Mother's Day, and obviously we're not with our kids this year.
No.
But what do you normally do? I know, but for the people out there, what do you normally do on
I
Mother's
normally get like, you know, 2 eggs over easy with toast and tater tots, you know, in bed, even though I'm up, you know, 12 hours before my husband and my daughter.
Tater tots for breakfast?
Tater tot. What do you mean tater tots for breakfast? Why are you acting like that's crazy?
Because they're a side dish for like a hot dog.
No, it is not. For a hot dog?
Yeah, tater tots or chicken nuggets and tater, you know, that's what I make for my kids, tater tots. You put tater tots for breakfast.
They are a breakfast. What do you mean, ew? What are you saying, ew? Suzanne, what's the matter with you?
Breakfast food. They're not a breakfast.
It's like a hash brown. That's what they're yelling.
Yeah.
They're saying it's like a hash brown.
I guess it can be. I just never thought about it. How do you eat your tater tots?
What? Like they are in the bag, just normal.
So not only do you eat them for breakfast, you eat them naked.
You eat them how they're shown on the bag, Michelle.
Ketchup?
No, there's no ketchup on the bag. You put salt and you call it a day. You make them well done. They're frozen. You don't defrost them. You take them out. You make them well done.
I like them well done.
You put salt on it.
Ketchup
That's
on
it.
the side, ketchup on the side,
No.
cheese on the side, maybe even onions. I don't know.
I can't. I see. This
You put
is
onions in your hash browns. Don't
This is
leave
like
me
serial
now.
killer. No.
Thank you.
This is like serial killer stuff for me. Like for anybody to like, I hate when people make like they go, oh, I make you know, tater tot casserole. I don't want to hear from you.
I don't. Yeah, I agree.
Just leave them alone. They don't need to be a casserole. They're fun. They're perfect just the way they are.
Justice
By the
for
way,
tater tot.
And by the way, this one, I don't want to talk. You want to talk about serial killer stuff?
What?
Okay? Tell them how you make a grilled cheese.
Okay, grilled cheese is very important
I
to
can't
me.
with her.
And it's very sad because in the West Coast we struggle getting this specific cheese. But growing up in New Jersey, you have to have Land O'Lakes white American cheese.
Who does this? No, don't clap for her.
Thank you.
Don't clap for her. No.
It needs to be.
Kraft. It's Kraft. It's Kraft. The ones that are
The singles.
You're damn right.
That's not even cheese. It sticks to the roof of your mouth.
Damn right.
Land O'Lakes white American sliced thin. You got to be able to read the newspaper through it. It's that thin. And then you put it on that yummy, squishy potato bread. You put butter on both sides.
Normal bread. No.
Butter on both sides.
No.
And you put it until it's lightly brown and the cheese is oozing out.
No, absolutely not. This is, I love you, but this is like, no. Norman, no.
I'm going with team. I'm sorry. I'm Team Leah.
Team
Michelle,
Leah
I love you.
You gotta be Team Leah. No, one day we'll do it. Because
I don't be putting pickles and jalapenos in my grilled cheese.
No, anyway, Michelle, what did you...
She's on the right track when it comes to grilled cheese.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Thank you, Norman. Anyway, what did you do for Mother's Day? What do you normally do?
I don't normally do anything. I don't do anything fancy.
There's no tradition?
There's no tradition. My favorite thing in the world is just getting cards from my kids. And now that they're both in college, I still love getting them in the mail. I spoke to, Lily, obviously, yesterday, and Lola, and they told me that it's coming. I'm not here. But that's all I really need, because what do we want?
Isn't that what we want?
What do we want?
We just want to know that we matter.
That's it.
Right? It's like, exactly, like, I don't want, like, the flowers are nice.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But it feels a little obligatory, right, to get the flowers. I want to know from my daughter that I matter to her, like just a little letter from her.
That's it.
And then we kind of want to be left alone, I think, right?
Maybe a night at a hotel.
Leave us alone, right? Leave us alone. Like, depending on the age of your kid.
Yeah, well, obviously when they're little.
If they're little, right, you get your wife, you get your girl, and let her go away. Right? Like, we really don't want to be like, I don't know, around like the whole day, because it's like not real, because then we're just being...
Take the kids and go somewhere.
Go somewhere and leave us alone.
Yeah. But also, because you know what happens, the husband and the kids cook breakfast, then you come down and the kitchen's a disaster.
Take the garbage out.
Tater tots all over the sink.
Right. You didn't even turn the stove off.
No.
Take the garbage out. Feed the dog.
Exactly.
Why is there... Right, so it's like we want now that our kids are getting older, all we want is for them to want to spend time with us, and they don't want to spend time with us.
No.
It's so sad, right?
It is really sad, because it's an adjustment, isn't it?
It's a huge... Now, your kids they just went off to college.
Mine are gone, and you're going into that. You're about to be an empty nester.
Guys.
She is. So that means we're home by ourselves with our husbands on Mother's Day. How about your friends what do they say?
Oh my God. So I'm devastated that my daughter's about to go off to college. Like, devastated. I cry every time I look at her face.
Really does.
I cry every time I look at her. When I think about like her leaving, I'm like, oh, and she's like going to school. She's going to school on a different coast.
Yeah. It is hard.
So I've been asking my friends who have, children that are leaving, and they're like, "Oh my God, are you so excited? You finally have your husband to yourself. You can have sex anywhere." I'm like, "What?" Like I've never like sat at my dining room table at Thanksgiving or Christmas and thought, "I can't wait to have sex with Angelo." Like I've never thought that.
No. I'm with you.
Like, your kids are gone, Michelle. Are you having sex with David in every area of your house?
Oh, yeah.
Do we have any empty nesters? Do we have any empty nesters?
Oh, we do.
Okay, so ma'am, in the second row here, how did you do? Was it a huge adjustment for you?
Oh, I cried daily.
Oh.
Get her a mic, please. I'm sorry. Tell us again.
I cried daily.
You did, right?
It's like death.
Yeah. Like a death.
It is.
You're absolutely right, and that's what I feel like. It's like the only job I've ever had that I really loved.
Yeah. I wish someone would have warned me, because I did not know it was just going to be that traumatic for me. And she was only in Baton Rouge at LSU, but it just still seems like it felt like she died. I swear it did.
Oh, honey. Wait, did you?
I'm right here.
Please. She's there.
I didn't want y'all to be
I'm not dead.
I didn't want y'all to be concerned. I'm not dead. I'm right here.
Oh
my God.
So did it get better? Did it get better not having her physically in the house every day? Because you're here today, which is a beautiful thing.
Well, actually, she lives in New York. I'm just here visiting from New Orleans.
Yeah.
But I tell you right now, I would not want to live with her. Can I just tell you that in her apartment, you have to take your shoes off, and that she won't let me walk around in my shoes, and that's strange for me.
Your mama has to groom her on how you live in New York. I'm like, you gotta take your shoes off.
Right.
You gotta do that.
You can't traipse in the garbage.
That's what I'm saying.
I understand.
It's
I
New York.
understand.
It's okay. Back home in New Orleans, they be wearing shoes in the house, but we in New York now. You gotta take your shoes off.
Well, it's a pleasure to have you guys here, and I'm glad to see mother and daughter together.
Yes, that gives us hope.
That gives us hope. Right,
Thank
exactly.
Be patient, be patient. Your babies will go to college and they'll come back.
Good. Thank you.
Be
Thank you.
patient.
We needed that.
That's what I hope. That's what I hope.
I think it will happen.
Yeah. Thank God. All right, let's move on.
By the way, congratulations are in order for our Leah.
Why?
Because last week you were nominated for the Outstanding Game Show Host Daytime Emmy for your work on People Puzzler.
Thank you.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Amazing.
No, I love it. I didn't even know that they submitted me, so it was a nice surprise.
Oh, really?
No, and it's like, I never thought I would say this, Michelle, but I really am just happy to be nominated.
Yay! I love that.
You know, I'm with some big names, right, in the business, and I am truly grateful for this job. This job makes me just so happy. It's so fun. It's just
And you're good at it, baby.
regular people, and I just love it.
Well, we love
I love
you.
it. Thank you for that. Okay, up next, Alyssa Milano is here, so we'll be right back. Another outspoken chick from Brooklyn.
Yeah!
Please welcome our friend Alyssa Milano.
Yay, Alyssa!
Hi, I'm so happy to be with the both of you, and this show is so fun. You are all doing the best job. I love watching you together.
Thank you. Alyssa, thank
Happy
you
Mother's
so
Day.
much. Yes, happy after post-Mother's Day.
Yes, exactly.
Thank you. Yes.
How'd you do,
I was
Alyssa?
listening to your... See, I'm still at that point where, because my kids are 10 and 7, that I feel an enormous amount of mother's guilt if I'm not with my kids.
Right.
So even though a day to myself would be lovely,
Nice, yes.
I feel like I would feel so incredibly guilty, and my kids would, I think my kids would feel bad. Like, why isn't mom with us for Mother's Day?
And you know what's so funny, Alyssa? Like, and Michelle, you could answer this too. It's like, why do the dads feel this way?
No, moms feel the guilt. Dads don't feel the guilt. Why?
My husband's like, I'm
have a
golfing
theory.
today on Father's Day.
Exactly.
Goodbye.
Why?
I have a theory. I
Tell
think
us.
it's because we're just wired differently. I think
Yes.
men are wired to be the hunter-gatherers and to leave the cave for
Hunting.
for a few days and then come back. So they don't
Yes.
have that.
It's a
that
DNA thing,
attachment
right?
like
You think
we
it's a DNA
do.
thing? Yes. Yeah, I think you're right.
So-
yes.
Yeah.
So, all right, Alyssa, we go
think this is
back.
hard.
We go back a long way.
Yeah.
Okay, like crazy long time ago. Now, Alyssa, this was my first series, and you were already like a huge star. You were on Who's the Boss. You were, and I don't know if people know this, but you were like at the time also a huge pop star.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember that? Like you would go to like Japan, you sold out stadiums, right? Remember that?
I remember it.
Yeah.
I remember it.
It's crazy.
like crazy. And
like
so
I have a best of album.
Yes, it's like amazing. So I come on the set of Who's the Boss, and I like have a crush. There you are. I have a crush on Tony Danza, which is, I guess, inappropriate. I was 18, but anyway, I realized like nothing was going to happen there. But anyway, and Alyssa, I so looked up to you, and still do in a lot of ways. But like this was my first show, and I was coming onto your set, right? Because Living Dolls was a spinoff of Who's the Boss, where you and I were friends and on the show, and then I spun off into Living Dolls. But you wrote me a letter, and I kept that letter. I mean, I had it, and I made a copy of it to bring.
I love this.
But I want to read it because it's so cute. Would you mind, Alyssa, if I read it? Because it really meant a lot to me, so much that I still have it to this day. I'm going to read it, okay?
It's so lovely.
No,
Yes, so please
Alyssa,
read it. Thank
you were lovely because you were a huge star then and still are, but like for us being so young, like you really were, you had such a lot of, you had grace. And that's unusual for your age and for the star that you were at that time, right? So anyway, you were, I can't even begin to explain what a pleasure it has been working with you. Stay pure. What I mean by pure is don't let the fact that you're brilliant and you will make it in this business affect what a special person you are. And that meant so much to me because it was my first show. And I just want you to know, like, that had a huge effect on me.
You were a star at that point. Like there was something so, and still so magical and authentic, and both of you.
Thank
you
you
too, Michelle. I mean, just authentic and real and organic. And I think that's why people love to spend time with the both of you. And you know, having you on the show was such a big deal for me because I didn't really have friends my own age.
Right, you didn't have girlfriends,
to
right?
To have this person come on to the show, which I felt like I had so much in common with, and you were a young person, and just to have like a girlfriend there and to be with you, it was just a great pleasure, and to watch you come into your own and you know, not that I was surprised by it at all, but it was such. It was a beautiful thing because it was really, you were one of the first people that I looked at and I was like, oh, she's gonna be a star. Like I could tell that you were something special.
That meant a lot to me because I was so insecure.
Of course.
You know, even though I was playing this like New York girl from Brooklyn, you know, it was my first series. I was really insecure. So to hear from a star, you know, that she thought I was like gonna make it, like it meant a lot to me. But anyway, let's move on to Alyssa.
Right.
And Alyssa's career.
Well, I have a surprise for you two. I've got an old clip from both of you from Who's the Boss. I want everybody to see it. Take a look.
Wilma? Betty! Archie! Jughead!
They always had these cute little names for each other.
Pig face? Barf breath?
Their relationship had a rocky period, you know.
What are you doing here?
Well, me and my mom in the area visiting some cousins. I thought I'd come look you up.
Oh, great. Come on, you've got to see my room.
So cute. Anyway, Alyssa, thank you for being so supportive of me. And that was my first series, and it really meant a lot to me. So let's move on to Alyssa, okay? Because Alyssa is a badass.
Oh, my God, yeah.
And you wrote a book, right? You wrote a book, Sorry Not Sorry. You have a new podcast. But I want to get into the fact that people don't realize that you were an activist at a very early age. It started when you were 15 years old. How did that start?
So I became friends with a little boy named Ryan White, who, if anyone remembers, he was HIV positive in a time where people, much like today, were using people's differences to instill fear in the American people. And so there was a lot of stigma attached with being HIV positive. And he and I became friends, and he asked me when I was 15 years old. So it was sort of the height of Who's the Boss. We were #1 show at that time. And he asked me if I would go on the Phil Donahue show. This is how long ago this was. And if I would kiss him to prove that you couldn't get HIV/AIDS from casual contact.
Wow.
And I did, and that moment changed my life forever because I realized like how being famous, how having a platform can really make a difference and change narratives and impact people's lives in a positive way. So you know, I feel like everything that I do with my advocacy work and my activism is always with Ryan by my side, and it was he gave me this gift of empathy and compassion that I'm not necessarily sure I would have had without his love and support.
Sweet, really sweet. Take that. You know, Alyssa, your mom also fought for women. She was your manager, and she helped control your image when the media wanted to exploit you. Is that correct? I remember your mother being very actively loud about supporting you and your image. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, she was really ahead of her time, because once the internet came out, you know, they were taking images of films that I did where I was nude in the films, and all of a sudden those pictures were all over the internet. And she was actually one of the first people to take a porn site from the internet she sued them for copyright infringement. Wow. And we wound up winning settlements for a bunch of these different porn sites. And it's so funny because when I think about, and it was, I don't know, I was probably 20, a very long time ago. So, I mean, not that long ago.
Yeah, exactly.
but a very long time ago.
Yeah.
And so she was so ahead of her time. And every time I see like these weird memes that happen, I'm always like, why isn't anyone fighting for copyright infringement? Because this person doesn't, you know. So she was incredibly ahead of her time and very protective. And I do think that cocoon, that safe shell that she created around me was really, really, really vital to just being okay with being a child in a really hard industry.
Yeah, thank you for what you do and continue to do. But I want to talk about your podcast.
Really, it's about unapologetic conversations. You know, we deal with every single topic, and my thought was to make it like a listening experience, because I think so often these podcasts can be incredibly dry. And for someone like me, I need stimulation constantly. I need, you know, so what we do is we take whatever the topic is, we find historical speeches or news clips that sort of we interweave into the podcast so that people get a bigger picture of how we got to where we are right now. And, you know, we deal with everything from immigration rights to women's rights, which is obviously a big deal right now, you know, to misogyny and sexism and you know, it's just been a really rewarding experience because it's everything that I do on the internet anyway, as far as my advocacy work, but we get to have these long conversations. And I think the danger of social media is it lacks nuance, right? It lacks this the rest of the story, right? Sometimes it even buries the lead, right? Where it'll pick out one little nugget, and that's what will base our belief system on, that one little nugget that fits into a tweet. And so to have the podcast, it just feels like we could let issues breathe a little bit and have room for discussion, which is something that, you know, we're lacking in this country, is being able to talk about things.
Oh, right, I agree. Truly. That conversation needs to open up, right? Regardless of what you believe. We should be able to talk, we should be able to communicate, we should be able to put out, you know, factual information and talk about that factual information
and
have the conversation. We can't be so polarized
in
the way that we are. And thank you, Alyssa, for what you have done and what you continue to do. And thank you for being here with us today.
Yeah. We love you.
Really appreciate it.
Anytime. I love you so much, both of you.
Love you, sweetheart. Thank you so much for being here. All right, up next, get the J-Lo glow with celebrity makeup artist Scott Barnes.
Hey!
Here to show us how to cheat his signature and iconic J-Lo glow is our friend and celebrity makeup artist Scott Barnes. Welcome, Scott.
Thank you.
So, Scott, you created the J-Lo glow. I want to know how you came up with it.
I didn't like really come up with it. It was like I ran into Jennifer and I just saw her and I was like, I was already kind of doing this and then the two of us together became explosive, you know.
Yes. And you helped to create some of her most iconic looks. Any favorites here?
You know, it's like every time we leave the house, it's an iconic.
Is that what it is? Is that what it is?
That's what we like to say anyway.
All right, so listen, we have some professional moms.
I love that.
With us here today who want to learn how to get that glow because a lot of times, like, you guys think, like, we know what the hell we're doing, and you're like, oh, do this, do that. Like, nobody knows, like, you're a makeup artist, Scott. Nobody knows how to do this.
We can't do that.
For most
It's
people.
so overwhelming.
So we want to demystify it a little bit.
Okay, so let's meet our professional
Would
moms,
love to.
our working moms,
Yeah.
right? We have Suzanne.
Hey, Suzanne.
Maria.
Hey.
Rose. Tell us what we're doing.
Okay, so I took a little bit of blush.
Okay.
And before we start to do contour a little bit, because I'm going to teach you guys how to do this in a minute.
Please, because everybody contours wrong, Scott.
They do it too heavy. And they make lines.
Lines.
What is this?
Go.
What is the lines? I feel like I'm in a grocery store with the lines.
Right? Okay, so what are we doing wrong?
What are they starting with? What do they
Tell
pick
us
up?
what to do here.
Okay, I'm using a little bit of Samba Sass.
Samba Sass, everybody. So we're
It's sassy.
So Maria.
It's got a little bit of glow in it. It's nice. It's got a little bit of peach and pink.
Okay, hang on a second.
So it's a no-fault blush.
We have mango.
Okay, hang on. Take a blush. What do we do?
We're going to go in the apples of the cheek.
Apples, go. Apples.
You know why?
Go. Why?
Because you know this isn't Dynasty, so we're not doing the 80s. Like,
So we don't go all the
Speak
way.
for
We just
yourself.
do this.
A little bit of Dynasty stuff.
Okay, wait. But wait. So what does she do? So she puts a little bit
Go here. Like, we're going to go right underneath the eyes. We're going to bring it in a little bit.
Okay, and then what? All right. So we.
Just a little bit.
Go.
Look,
Go.
she's got it. She's
That's
got
really
it. She knows
pretty.
what
Go to
she's
your
doing.
girl.
Look, look,
Okay.
look. Easy.
What do you
easy.
think?
Done.
Maria? Okay. So
You're
then
done.
what?
You're done.
Wait.
Put it down.
Do a little
No.
Just
So
the top.
then what?
You got it wrong?
Then what?
All right. So then I take a little bit of bronzer.
Okay,
You
that's
have your
the big
bronzer.
one.
Okay.
I'll take that.
Take a big fat brush.
Take a big fat.
Well, no,
brush.
let's take this one. Take the curvy brush.
This one?
Yeah, it's like a big
All
fat
right, and
brush.
we get brushes where? Like at CVS, at Dwayne
At
Reed, what?
scottbarnes.com. Hello.
Okay.
What's wrong with you?
But if we don't have the money,
You can afford some brushes. Everybody needs good tools.
okay,
Now
Scott's
these
saying you got to buy his stuff. All
You
right,
gotta
go
buy
ahead.
brushes.
girls.
Buy brushes. Okay, come on.
Go.
All right. So we're gonna just
And this is their contour and bronze all in one.
yes. I'm gonna show you a shortcut to bronze.
Go.
and
Great.
Contouring.
Go.
All right. And what I like to call it is toasting the edges and then bringing it into light.
Toasting the edges and bringing
So
it
we're gonna
in.
go right around the see, like around the forehead. We're gonna
Okay.
minimize. Oh. We're gonna go under the jawline,
Yeah, do under the jawline
and then we're gonna bring in the contouring.
because you want to contour
But wait,
it.
so wait, it's supposed to be like this, like all like yellow here, or
That's
what?
because it's the gold shimmer on
She got a
top.
little bit of the gold shimmer up the top. All right, let's not get technical.
Scott, I want people to know what.
They know what they're here.
Sorry,
You're
Maria.
screaming at me.
I want people to know what to do.
Okay, we're showing them. What's wrong with you?
All right, then what's the next stuff for
Grab our highlighting palette.
highlighting palette,
That's
everybody?
the big one.
This
highlighting
is.
palette.
It's technically called glowy and showy, but I like to call it glowy and hoey. So a little bit of hoey.
I like it.
Goes a long way.
I like it.
Okay.
Was that inspired after me?
It was. I was
Okay,
like,
thank you.
Leah, this is glowy
And which
hoey.
brush are we
And
using?
what?
You can still use the same
one.
brush.
And Scott, how do
Easy,
people
one brush.
know?
We're doing one
Scott,
brush.
how do people know? Like, does it matter what brushes you use?
Brushes are important.
Okay.
Like you go to Martha Stewart, like she tells you what kind of things to cook with, right?
Right.
Otherwise, you could be cooking with aluminum foil every day.
Okay. Understood.
Not
okay.
good.
Not good.
And also,
Okay.
as we're
Right
doing
tools.
this, Scott, how do we know if a face wears a pink or a coral?
Well, I always talk about undertones, right? The way to tell what your undertone is, look at your knuckles.
Uh-huh.
So if your knuckles are pink, you're probably pink undertone. If you're very yellow, then you know you're yellow undertone.
Great,
So
there
that
you
tells
go.
you a little
Good
bit about
trick.
what your undertones are.
Oh, yeah,
Make
you're
sure that
yellow.
everything
I'm yellow.
matches and goes.
Yeah, yellow.
Everybody's
Yeah.
looking.
All right. Now, what does she do? What does she do with this?
Okay, so you can grab whatever
Okay,
color you
so
want.
you
Here,
go
these are these
yellow.
are very pinky, whitey.
Then what?
She needs to use
I
like
was saying
easy
that.
glowing Twilight sand.
Okay.
Okay. And
So what does she do? What do they do?
Yeah, tell
right
us
on
because
top
you'll
of the-
turn
On top.
into the Tin Man really quickly.
So on
Right.
top, Scott?
Yeah, you want a little glow. You don't want to be seen from space.
Where do you put it? Is what
I told you, on top of the frickin' cheek. Where do you think it goes? On the top.
Do you put it
on a lift?
where the sun hits your face? Your tip of your nose a little bit?
Come on, that's
your
what I just said.
cheekbones,
You
the
gotta
chin.
listen. What are you doing?
Where do you put
What
the
are you
freaking
doing?
thing? That's what I'm asking. Where do you put it?
Right here.
I'm
here.
gonna show you where I'm gonna put it.
Here. Yes. Cheekbones, a little bit on the tip, a little bit.
I'm showing you.
All right, go.
Just like it. Yeah, yeah.
Got
here.
it? A little
Yeah.
bit on the top.
And
You
you
don't
don't
want to
wanna
be
go
greasy
crazy.
everywhere,
Good.
otherwise,
Okay.
you know.
How you doing? All right.
Can I tell
Is this
you guys?
right? Yeah, go.
Women have a real propensity when they go to bronze their face.
Yeah.
They load the brush, and this is usually the first spot that they hit.
And then no.
That makes you look old. So we
Okay.
want to keep it around the edges. Keep the face light in the middle, okay?
Light in the middle.
The glow, glowing, like the
Gorgeous.
lights on you. Find your light. Yes, that's it. Find
I
your
see.
light.
Okay.
Okay.
You understand that? Okay, go ahead. What did you do?
That's the glow.
See anything now?
That's the
And
glow.
what about, okay, now what about lips? What do we do?
Okay, so we have a little bit of lip on. I
Okay.
did a very, and then we're gonna put it off with the topper here.
Okay.
And these come in 3 shades, which I
Okay.
think are amazing.
All right.
There's, yeah, you'll love these. These are great. Anybody, they work with everyone. So I'm
Okay.
gonna use, let's do Blondie.
Okay.
You could use Coral Cabana, which is this one.
Coral Cabana.
Coral Cabana, that's what we're doing.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Is it
At the
this?
coral, sorry.
We can't see a damn thing. I think this is coral. Let's try this.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Let's see.
And this is really
All right.
easy. I mean,
I
this
love
is a
that on
very natural lip. you
And
can-
Scott, I like to put a lip liner on and then a gloss. Like I
Yeah,
put a
for
lip
sure. That's
liner
what we
around
did
my
here.
my whole lip and,
and we
then
just
a
kind of
gloss.
smear it. you
Yeah.
know.
Because some
Easy.
people don't like liner.
Well,
I love a liner.
I can't live without
I
a liner.
I love a liner.
Yes.
Yes.
Well,
They're
it
fine.
helps you stay in the lines.
Yes.
So you don't wind up,
I
you know,
love
with
it.
That's
creeper
beautiful.
lips.
Yes.
on
but
you,
how do you
Rose.
do you think you can do this, or was this just all bullshit?
Do you feel confident?
Huh?
Yeah. Yeah, I love it.
Let me see, Rose.
Look how beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, you guys. This was
You have to
what?
do the thing on the
This
top?
is just a few minutes?
Oh, we have the wrong color. Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Right. We didn't have the right color.
If it were me, I'd do it a little bit
marshmallow.
darker.
Yeah. Okay.
around
So
the edges.
Scott, everybody can get this on.
ScottBarnes.com.
And congratulations for all your success, Scott. Thank you. Yes. And I love you for being here. And you're giving them something?
I got everybody all the products that you see here.
What?
I gave the girls everything that you see.
So you're gonna get everything.
Like
you see here.
$1,000 worth of Scott
Wow,
Barnes.
Scott!
Everything to complete this look and
Thank
more.
you so much. Really, thank you, baby. Thank you for being here.
For everything you need to complete this look and more, go to scottbarnes.com. We'll be right back. Okay, it's time for Michelle's Minute. Now, I'm going to convince you in 60 seconds why you need this product. We have our lovely staff member, Jackie, to demonstrate the product. So all I need now for you is to hit the clock. Now, here's the Beauty Snap hairbrush and pony holder, Leah, right?
Okay, go ahead.
Take everything you know about travel brushes, throw it out the window. Looks like this. This is a high-quality hairbrush that snaps into a ponytail holder. Just like that. Yes.
Show us.
The bristles are durable, and the silicone strap keeps your hair perfectly in place. I'm gonna have Jackie turn around and show you, for the girl on the go, how you do this. So here we go. Look, I'm gonna hand it to her in a brush. Brush your hair first. She's brushing her hair.
Brushing.
Brushing, pulling it back in a ponytail. She's like, look, I gotta get on the train. I don't have time for this crap.
Right.
Let me put my hair in a ponytail.
Right.
And that is
And boom.
it.
You did it.
She did it. There you have it. You can find this item on Amazon for around $12.
Nice.
We'll be right back.